8:49, happy Wednesday. Thanks for making KCMO Talk Radio 95.7 FM part of your morning, whether you are listening on your way to the office in the car or, of course, from the home office on the stream. Okay, it's that time of the week. Let's roll it on KCMO.
KCMO Talk Radio, now on FM at 95.7. It's time for What If Wednesday.
What if, instead of having you on this radio station, there was somebody else?
Been there, done that, tried it, didn't work. John, 3 questions on a What If Wednesday. Go ahead, brother.
What if Barack Obama looked in the mirror for just 5 seconds?
Well, then he wouldn't say stuff like this at a rally last night.
I don't understand how we got so toxic and just so divided and so bitter. And I get why sometimes people just don't want to pay attention to it. And we all have friends like that. We have family members who just like, it's all a circus out there. I get that.
Okay. Barack Obama saying, I don't understand how we got so toxic. Coming from the guy who told supporters to take guns to knife fights, set up, a bureau for neighbors to report neighbors for lying about Obamacare? Remember this, too? Sent pieces of mail to people telling them if their neighbors had voted Republican. Donald Trump does not come close to the White House if there is no Barack Obama. Part of Barack Obama's legacy, if the legacy gets properly told, is Donald Trump. You look back on 2008, and that is when Barack Obama was running on Hope and Change, right? Then he got his clock cleaned in the 2010 midterms. He was in a razor-thin election with Mitt Romney in 2012. And they pulled out all the stops, all the nasty campaign tricks against Mitt Romney. Binders full of women, putting the dog on the top of the roof. Joe Biden says in a VP debate that year that they're going to put y'all black in chains, talking about black people, and they eke out a victory. Well, Mitt Romney took the high road, tried to be the gentleman, and it didn't work out for him. And 4 years later, Republican voters say, screw this. We tried the nice guy thing. We went with the gentleman, McCain and Romney, and you told our voters and you told the American people that Mitt Romney was the Antichrist. And Mitt Romney, who was a flawed candidate, was a gentleman. Not a huge fan of the guy's politics, but I will say this much. For the most part, he seems like he's still a gentleman. And you guys acted like he was the worst of the worst. You want to see someone who's not going to put up with that? Enter Donald Trump. And now for a third straight election cycle, Donald Trump is the nominee. And there's good with that, and there's not so good with that. But for a Barack Obama to get up at a rally yesterday and say, I don't know how things got so toxic around here. Geez, I don't know how that fire started, says the arsonist. Well, might be good to look in the mirror once in a while and see what's staring back at you there, my man.
What do you see his reflection?
Yep. What's next?
What if Josh Hawley shot a reporter instead of his opponent, Lucas Kunz?
By the way, thankfully, we can laugh at this because the reporter's okay. But if Josh Hawley had accidentally shot a reporter instead of Lucas Kunz, this happened yesterday in Holt, Missouri, you would have Republicans continue their attack on media, literally shooting their media coverage.
With a military-style weapon.
Yes.
Right?
So yesterday, Lucas Kunz, who's running for U.S. Senate against Josh Hawley, he's there with, of all people, former Illinois Congressman Adam Kinzinger. I mean, just the cherry on top for the whole story. And a Woke 41 reporter was hit by a metal fragment yesterday afternoon while covering a campaign event for the Democratic U.S. Senate candidate, Lucas Kunz. This was up in Holt. Kunz is firing in what they're calling at Woke 41 an AR-15 style weapon, and the reporter was struck in the arm. Ryan Gamboa is his name. He's okay. Went to a local hospital, got checked out, thank goodness. But just think about how this would be covered differently if it was Josh Hawley firing a big, scary-looking gun and something ends up hitting a reporter. This would be screaming across local media this morning. Instead, Woke 41's got a story about it. I don't even see a video attached to the online story, which makes me wonder if they didn't actually cover it last night beyond having a written story. And Kansas City Star, could you imagine the headline nonsense from the Kansas City Star? Josh Hawley takes political violence against the media to a whole new level.
Oh, well, I'll just bring a Greitens. What if it were Greitens?
Yeah.
Greitens.
Yeah.
Seems like he had a similar issue with something. Well, it was just a commercial.
It was just a commercial.
They blew up, had to freak out about the commercial.
Yeah, they freaked out about the commercial. Now, Lucas Kuntz literally, obviously, accidentally ends up, whether it's a bullet ricocheting or some other type of metal fragment, hits a reporter, and everyone's like, all right, we're not going to really talk about this because this is really awkward, and, how do we cover this much? And, oh, man. They've got themselves all
gun control, dim. Oh no!
What do we do? What do we do? What side do we take here, John?
I guess surprised they had it on there though.
Yeah,
So.
well, you got to have it on the website. Your reporter was shot. What do you? I mean, I get they don't want to cover certain stories, but how are you going to cover that one up?
Yeah.
The guy shows up to work in a freaking arm brace. And what happened to you, buddy?
Where were you yesterday?
Okay.
All right, here. What if Mark hit a parlay like this Montana sports bettor did?
Oh, man. Well, I think Mark would be hightailing it out to Vegas. He'd be retiring from KCMO. So a Montana sports bettor, according to Sportsbet Montana, turned $4.90 into $100,000 over the weekend on a 14-leg NFL parlay. Jaguars minus 6.5. Josh Allen over 225 yards. Bengals minus 6.5. Texans plus 2.5. Lions money line, Seahawks money line, Eagles minus, Colts minus, Chiefs money line. Terry McLaurin, I don't even know who that is.
Scary Terry, Washington Commanders.
I knew you'd know him. 6+ receptions. Brock Bowers, 73 receiving yards. Russell Wilson, 182 passing yards. Ravens minus 4.5. Cardinals plus 7.5. $5 to win $100,000. Mark, you jelly in there?
I mean, it's tough to hit anything over 10, but man, that's good by him. That's all I can say. Hats off to him.
Hats off to him. And if that was you, man, what would you be doing right now?
I'd be celebrating. I'd still be here, though.
You think you'd be here?
With you guys.
That's true. You'd want to brag about it on the air before you retire.
No doubt.
And then you'd start off your professional sports betting career in Vegas.
We need to make a movie of it, of a timeline as the incidents happen. I wonder which was the last thing he needed. Any idea?
I think it would have been the Ravens on Monday night,
yeah,
right?
Monday night game then, wouldn't it have been?
That would have been
something in there.
I hope this guy did like the selfie video when he hit that one. $100,000.
Yeah.
Woo!
I told some people to do Lions money line and Chiefs money line because both of those were plus money. So I helped a couple friends win some decent money this weekend, but not for myself.
Well,
Cardinals Chargers was the one that freaked me out.
Yeah,
I got surprised.
Yeah, no, this guy that's cashing in, baby. That's cashing in. There's What If Wednesday on KCMO Talk Radio.